All right, you guys, back with another live stream. Please share, subscribe, hit that like button for me, and let's get to it. Why is that black man in America is the target in America? I mean, do you know why? Do you know why that when Minister Louis Farrakhan been warning us from over 30, 40 years that they was coming with a mind of their own, that they was coming with the National Guards? See, it is you, black man America, are doing this senseless killing. It is you, black man America, are killing each other. So when you live by the gun, you die by the gun. Now, I've been warning you that they coming with a mind of their own. But see, this is why God will delight you. And he's going to destroy gangs like you. See, you think that you're a man to have a gun. That having a gun will solve all your problems. People finding out living with a gun, some people die by it. Living with this gun, people find that they're having problems that they can't get themselves out of. Because it is you gang bangers like yourself. And see, I've been saying that they're going to destroy gangs. See, it's a two-way ticket. Death or imprisonment. See, people live with death. That's all they smell. It's death. Now let's get started with this video. Because this is what's happening in an empire. See, gangs is happening throughout America now. I'm telling you guys, they coming with the National Guards. And I've been warning you, Farrakhan, the minister, been warning you for 40 years that they coming with a mind of their own. Now you can continue to put on this consent if you want to. But the black man, I've been warning you that the black man must know himself. That you're not a color man, but you're a black man. Let's go. So the black man. See, the black man, for the first time since he had been an arrestor, is accepting himself as a black man and not as a color man. Although the black man had been colored, and that the coloring was false, and that the coloring came from a robber, the devil, after he, the devil himself, had put our black fathers asleep to the knowledge of the black self. See, the white man pretty nearly destroyed all, and I mean all, of the original color of us, and he added in his own color. See, never have we, the black man, been so happy to be called black. In the book, the Bible teaches us that God will come in one day, and God will choose us, the black people, to be his people. We did not know anything about this false color part that God had in mind to remove from us. But now God is here amongst us, and he's teaching us of the knowledge of our color. If we love our own black color. And now we have learned that the color of our enemies have almost destroyed the original black. We are now waking up to a knowledge that the black is the first color and the last color, if there be a last. And now that we have learned that the black is the better color, we want to be black. You just do not have a black color that looks better on you. Black look good all the time. The beautiful part of black is that we love black. Since we now have the knowledge of the two colors, the black and the false color, we are separating the original black color from the false color so that we can preserve our own black color forever. See, the knowledge of the black self given to us by him who knows us. And we all should be happy and rejoicing to know that we, the black people, was never a wicked people until we follow the wicked one, the white man, after his wickedness. God had declared us, the black man, to be the righteous, and God made it plain to see why we are the righteous. We are from the righteous black people by nature. We, the black man, are righteous by creation, and we cannot be other than righteous. This is a happy time of our life, the black man's life. It's the happy time of our life to learn who we are and to learn that who we are, the black man, is the best of people. See, under the shadow of death, we, the black lost found of our people, here in America, live under the shadow of death, received by the ways of cowardly enemies now. Every one of us, the cowardly enemy, seeks our death one way or another now. Now, as there's all this crime going on, police shootings, gang retaliations, you guys, they're waiting. See, the cowardly enemy is not going to fight you as a brave man will fight you. So they're waiting for you to do these senseless killings. You giving them permission to come take the streets from you. And when they come, they're going to take the streets. And they're going to hand out life sentences. Let's think about how you destroying yourself. See, God is going to allow you to destroy yourself. You see. Because you don't think you have a long life here. Most gang bangers, they don't have long life here. You don't think that you have a purpose here. Most of you may have children's. Most of you need to be here for your children. See, once you understand they're handing out life sentences. There's people been in the system for 10 years. See, if you knew better, you would just do better. But see, this cowardly enemy, If he strikes at you when you least expecting it, see, the cowardly enemy, he will not fight you as a brave man. If you will, if you will fight, if you think that you will fight back, see, they will still on you when you least expect an attack from them. See, we live under the shadow of death. We flee from this cowardly enemy, the devil of the south, seeking refuge in the same cowardly enemy, the brother in the north. The enemy, the devil of the south, follow us to the north to see that his brother in the north does not treat us any better than they did in the south. Now, they seek police jobs to get us killed, who are trying to escape. They seek to get us killed or kill us at any price. They do not care about our loyalty to them. See, in their heart, there's death for us, the black man in America. Today, they hold out promises to you only to deceive you. They know that Allah God is here offering us to sit us in heaven at once. And since hell is the appointed place, they are trying to get us to go to hell with them on false promises. I told you, believe it or let it alone. We are living under a shadow of death. Be careful how you live, my brothers and sisters. Be careful how you make these rational decisions in your life. If you become a drug dealer over 20-some years and you still doing that, be careful of making these kind of rational decisions, because it's only going to lead you in two places: jail or death. I'm telling you guys, they coming with a mind of their own, man. See, kids is missing throughout the United States. Babies is murdered now. Now, today, you read and hear that white America today is agreeing to kill unborn babies now, while we doing all this senseless killing. See, they had set up a law, my brothers, for it. This is the worst sin that you could agree on, to have your babies killed before its birth. See, what are you going to do that for? He tried to put out an unformed story that you are getting to be too many people, man. And we have to cut down the birth rates. Who needs to cut down the birth rates? The black people have no need to cut down. They need to increase this birth rates. The earth, the heaven around the earth are ours. Who is going to go hungry? Do you not read the past history of how the righteous are always the winners and victorious people? So will we be the winners and victorious people. We are not thinking of anyone making us hungry unless it's Allah God. He came to feed us, as it is written, my righteous servant shall eat, but you shall go hungry. And America, hunger is starting at you now, unemployment. You cannot buy the food that you used to buy, for you had nothing to buy it with. That's why I plead with you to come and join up with me and let us go to the earth and grow our food, not to go walking around the city with a basket for the devil to drop food into. He will not help you, for he will not have any food to drop into his own basket. He has not only food store, but he has clothes store. He has plenty of this, but that does not mean that he can not come into hunger and nakedness if Allah God strikes at him. Allow God bring the wicked into desolation before they can get started to strike back. Murdering the black babies, you see, the only one he should be thin out is himself. The earth belongs to the black people. What do we look like cutting down on our birth rates? Is there any narrow of the earth for us? The earth is being expanded for us. There's plenty of earth for us. For Allah, God will clear the earth of its wicked population. See, all of those places will be taken by the Muslims. My God, to pay attention to this white man and let him slaughter the baby before and after their birth. This will be like what the fire worshippers did, who worshiped the fire god Moloch. They took their babies and threw them to the fire to be burnt up, to show sincerity to the gods of fire. Are you going to an enemy of the black man to have him deprive you of giving birth to a black baby, to let him kill it and your worship of him? Do not you think that you are acting like a mighty big fool? I think that you are. This is our earth. How they squeeze it up so that there is no place to live, except they kill off the black people, no black brothers and black sisters. I hope that you will read this and understand that we, the black people, are the true owners. And Allah God is giving our earth back to us. This is what he means, as well as the spiritual religions of us. When you say accept your own, this is our earth. He's telling you to accept it. He will give it to you. The Bible teaches that the meek shall inherit the earth. The humble, poor people, they'll get the earth, for it belongs to them. We have parables in the Bible, where the writer of the history of Jesus tells us was spoken by Jesus. The parable of the lost sheep and the son, the returned and became the owners. This only means you and me. Why do not we take our place? Why should we give our babies to the enemies to be destroyed because he says he had nothing to feed them with? Follow me and I will show you. And you get more houses than you need, more money than you can spend. Help me, brothers, and Allah God will not deprive you of your good reward. I know we understand. We do for Allah God. He will do it for us. In this day and time, we're all tired. The wicked and the righteous are both tired. What sin has this poor black baby done for you to murder it in your room? He had done nothing. Come back to you in a terrifying way. Your conscience will condemn you for doing such. All our evil will come before us. Let us not be such fools as to think that we have to cash our babies to the arm of a murderer to murder them for excuse that he needs to do so in order to feed and house you. See, no place is crowded but the city. There's plenty of room in the countries. The black man have never had a problem. Look at China and India. They do not destroy their babies just because they do not have the money. They do not destroy their babies just because, they don't care for them. So they try to have means to take care of them. China really take care of her population. India does not, because India depends on Britain and other white people. We must remember that the right race have no parts, no share on our earth. They only have time to live on earth. They did not have a share of actual earth itself. So let us not kill our own black people for just asking for a murderer who's made to murder us. See, we got to think smart, man. We got to stop killing each other, man. When you live by that gun, you're going to die by it. All these people, see, the sad thing is people don't think that we have loved ones that we got to bury, man. And it's become an ongoing thing, man, an ongoing situation, man. And what they're going to do is deploy more military, heavy militants, man. And the Minister of Farrakhan been warning you from over 2 decades, man. Your little cap guns, your little guns going at each other and drawing at each other. When they come with a mind of their own, they coming out with tanks. They're gonna see how tough you are. You're gonna see how tough they are as a gang. See your little gangs. I've been telling you, if we don't understand this and unite, we gotta become a force. But this thing just don't happen overnight. But we have to have an understanding that this is what we have to do. We have to unite. You have to urge your brother, persuade him, because you won't have to know who's your brother are. Because Trump is coming with a special task. And it's black people killing each other. It's black people destroying each other. And see, this is why I don't blame Trump. If he's gonna deploy, let him deploy. Let him take this sorry criminals out the street, man. Because you destroying yourself. And see, when I said only a remnant of people, man. See, we are chosen people, man. Black people, we are chosen, but black people, you lynched them aside. It's black people killed the prophets. It's we killing each other, man. It's we. So let us not kill our black people for just the acting of a murderer who was made to murder us. I warn you, do not think hard of him for doing what he was made for. But I do fault you for following him and what he was made for. Now, when Abraham Lincoln and John F. Kennedy spoke out for the so-called Negro, from the death of Abraham Lincoln to the assassination of President Kennedy, it proved that on each one of these occasions was outlaws, overruled legal authorities. It was in the case of president who opened their mouths and said something favorable for the so-called Negro. I'm not saying that this was the reason President Kennedy was assassinated, but it seemed very strange that every president who says something favorable for the so-called Negro paid for it with his life. We also can suscitate this by the facts that any Negro wants to lead the so-called Negro into a better life toward truth, peace, freedom, justice, equality, which he is entitled to enjoy, is also subject to the same kind of assassination or attempt at assassination. I know these to be facts. There are some who seem not to want a true freedom, who will also speak unfavorable and plan unfavorable actions against those who dare to lead a true struggle for justice and equality. The tragic death we see of President Kennedy should serve as a warning to all rulers and people of values. The values cannot be trusted openly in the presence of thieves and robbers. There has never been a president we see elected to such high office who has the hearts of everyone for him, and never we see a king who had the people wholeheartedly with him, regardless of how good the king, the president, prime minister, or the spokesman for the king or president. There may be some people who do not like the high official holding the top office of the nations. I think that they should be well protected, and all precautionary steps should be taken to ensure such persons' safety. Riding open car or riding openly in the public is usually a needless risk taken by anyone holding such high office, especially when they are political officials. Those spiritual teachers, such as prophets of God and messengers, their life has not been spared in the public, according to recorded history, or their life of these characters. They are both friends and enemies of public service. We must be aware of them. Such outlaw action permitted in America is a disgrace and shame to the governments and to people who are recognized as world leaders. An example of what others should do in the way of friendships and cooperations. With such greater scientific advancement we see that America has made, it does not seem possible in these modern times that we see this tragic death that took place back in the 22nd of November should have never happened. So this is a long way from the assassination of President William McKinley. There are 62 years we see between the two assassinations of presidents of the United States of America, and with such great advancements and a science of protection, these things shall never happen. Again, it shows to the world that the governments of America and its people are actually given to such outlaw and violent actions. Take human life at will, disregarding their own legal laws against such actions. See, it makes the country be classified as a country, a government's an outlaw, where people have no safety of their life under laws which claim to safeguard the life of human beings. The natural elections. So the black men of America have been privileged by the slave master children for the last centuries to vote for rights, for office, to judge and rule. The freedom to vote has made the black man in America feel very identified and proud of himself. He goes to the poll very happy to vote for a right ruler. Today, he is gradually changing to a desire to vote for his own kind for such office of authority. And see, this is why the black man in America haven't even know himself. Because America, see, it was this a corporation. That's all America is, a corporation. A corporate. And see, we've been voting because, you know, they make us as one, as we all citizens. When you find out that you're un-American, you're an uncitizen, you have no rights here, and that they violate the constitutional rights. Why you think that they so quick to put the drugs into the community and put the guns in the street? Because they know sooner or later that you will fight over these things, that you will kill your own people, and that you will call a turf a streets, you know what I mean, turf that you would call, because they know that the more, the more drugs they put, the more guns they put, they know that you would kill each other. So we see there's guns and drugs and violent men. See, there's guns and drugs and jobless men. So there's guns and drugs and a man that can't be destined. So it's guns and drugs and a man that's not capable. So we see, we must remember that our vote is strong and powerful only when and where the white man can use it to get in office over his white opponents. See, after election and a victory, there are very few favors that come from his office to the black folks who help and aid him in getting in office. Why? Because he does not own the black voters anything, as long as he has to feed, clothe, and shelter him. See, the black votes could be cash or not cash. The right citizens of the governments are going to win and continue to rule anyway. There's much talk of this man, and that man who shall the votes of the people put in the White House for the next 4 years. How much good has the two parties, Republicans and Democrats, done for us for the last centuries? In a way of freedom, we see justice and equality. See, regardless of what party wins, the die is always set against us, the black people in America. So what have they done in the last 4 years? You see police brutality. You see the killings that we see in America. Well, we got a problem because, like I said, Homeland Security here, the feds here, FBI, CIA, everything's here. But this savage, gruesome acts is committed right between their eyes and ears. So when we see the injustice, politics, and the breeding of corruptions on the politics that have been practiced ever since Adam to the present day ruler. Adam was the first. See, there had not been justice for the black man and these race of people. And this is why the race suffers from the effect of today. There are black politicians who would like to use the black people for selfish greed and will throw down behind any crock with money. Black politicians of this type have sold their black brothers to suffer shame with self-evaluation with the crowd. This election is one of the most serious in the history of American governments, because neither party that seeks the office of the presidency is faced with the problem of saving lives of the people of America. They're not so serious of saving lives today. That's why you have crime is escalating here all over throughout the United States. They're not so worried of saving the lives of the people of America. Now, if we see the present party, Democrats, remain in office, you know the answer. If the Republican parties take over, you should know the answer. There'll be a lull before the storm. The storms can be delayed, brothers and sisters. Every hour of the day that can be delayed is to your benefit now. This is to your benefit. All the killings that you're doing, senseless killings on each other have to come to an end. Because you giving them permission to come into your home, drag you out, beat you up, take you somewhere where you don't want to go. You allow them to do that to you. So I don't feel sorry for what Trump is deploying. Because you allowed this man to do this to you. Y'all want to kill up everything. Y'all go ahead. Go along. Go along. Because what God's gonna do, he's gonna delight yourself. He's gonna destroy gangs like you. If you want to go and that's what you own, that's what you want to be on. Because all you doing is killing each other. And families gotta set up funeral arrangements. And this thing you're gonna see is gonna be an ongoing thing you're gonna see. So the black man, I want to say to you, this is a very serious election because black man should be very serious and careful about his vote because 90% of the black votes cast are cast by one who did not have the knowledge of what they cast their votes for. I still said, as I said for years, vote for Allah God to be a ruler and come follow me. The dead are rising. They seek their own. I'll say this again. The dead are rising. They seek their own. There's half of us already awakening. There's a rule and awakening. Half the world's not awake. Half the world is dead, sleep, long gone, and on, you know what I mean, a different gender, which is going to really take them up out of here, man. Let's go. The dead are we, the black one slave of the white man of America. We are a mentally dead people. We are dead to the knowledge of self and others. The knowledge of self has now come to us from God, who came in the person of Master Fard Muhammad, to whom praise are due forever. And Master Fard Muhammad, to whom praise are due forever, is a man. His teaching brings us into reality, and not into some kind of spooky or spirit or ghost-like teachings. Master Fard Muhammad, to whom praise are due forever, is the all-wise living God, desired that we see him as he is, a human being. And that's something beyond the family of human beings spooksome. We can never ask a forming spirit to lead us, because we are not a forming spirit ourselves. Man can listen only to man. Man cannot listen other than man. And I have proof. We just never were able to obey anything but ourselves. We, the once dead, mentally are coming to a knowledge of life. We learn this lesson of the living. It will destroy the brief other than ourselves, bringing us up in slavery time, putting us into a mental death was something that the slave master and his children did, because desired to make us into something that was other than the truth, in order to be able to keep our minds enslaved it. From the visit of God and the person of Master Fard Muhammad, to whom praise are due forever, time now hath come to us, as it is written, that on the day of judgment we shall see God as he is. The Bible, Revelation, chapter 1, verse 7. The rise of the dead does not by any means what you and I was taught. when we were little boys and little girls. And even when we were little boys and little girls, man and woman, age, we were still pushed on the baby side from understanding of the truth. Where the black people are no longer babies. We are babies to no one except God Himself. You are fast learning that you are not babies anymore. Born your rise up from the dead knowledge of black self and others. You are learning fast that Allah God is fast and creating us in a new way of thinking. The way which we have been thinking was in a way of untruth, an unseemly way of understanding. America, a country where evil is dominant, and the people of America think nothing but evil today. It is very sad that you can talk to a person without getting a thought quickly that their mind is filled with evil. We, the black people in America, are called the dead spiritually. And we, the black people in America, now desire to make for ourselves something better than what the slave master children have made of us. We want to make something better of ourselves than what the slave master children still do make of us. Look at the many people who used to be stage actors who are now forsaking the stage as being a mockery to them and are now former stage actors who want to be seen and convert with as civilized black people and that as some kind of a stage actor. The white stage actors are with some sense because they are civilized. A meaningless act is not enjoyed by people who are intelligently learn into the knowledge of civilization. But the poor black man in America have no knowledge of any civilization. The white man have gotten to all of the civilized people of the earth. And he knows them, and they know him. This is why now a war between civilization must take place, because the present ruler, right race, has deceived the whole entire civilized world with their civilization of deceit. The white race was made for the purpose of making mischief. The white race was made for the purpose of deceits. And now that Almighty God have come to make manifest that which have been hidden of the truth, this runs the white man from under his deceitful blanket, which he has the white man covered. As the Bible teaches us, God will pull the cover off of the cover and show the nation his right race shame. If the white men have not been uncovered by Almighty God, Allah, who came in the person of Master Fala Muhammad, to whom praise are due forever, I do not see any cover left for the white man's skins. By Allah, God's pulling the cover off of the right race. This make it possible for the black people who are dead to the knowledge of the truth to see this natural characteristics of this deadly white enemy of the black man. Now we gotta see the natural characteristics of this deadly enemy now. See, as black people continue to kill each other, shoot each other, we don't pay no attention to what's going on our right hand side. You see, police brutality. See that killing in Colorado with that police officer killing that black man? He was in a fatal, car accident. He gets snatched, or the officer pursue him and told him to get out his car. And soon he shoved the man from the back, and the man walked on his own. Officer fired 3 rounds, hit him in the back of his head, calling more officers on the scene, and all of a sudden you get 30 officers on the scene hovering over this deceased man. This is sick. While we, on the other hand, killing each other. So we can see, my brothers, the natural characteristics of this deadly white enemy of the black man. Now we can storm our enemies like we do a rattlesnake. When we see the rattlesnake or hear his rattlesnake, we begin to try to seek cover from the rattlesnake if we are not able to kill. For you know his deadly sting. But the snake right race have overtaken us. He hath bitten us so many times that we have become poisoned from his poison getting to our blood from his sting. That it has taken God now to come to prevent the snake from continuing to sting us. Allah God has the cure for being bitten by the snake. It would separate both of us from being involved with each other so that the snake poison sting will not affect us. So the black man in America have never known anyone but the right race. Therefore, the black man seeks pacification and mercy from a people. You cannot blame the white man for what he is. You cannot blame him for being what he is. For the white people was made the people that they are. You see, Jacob I have loved, Esau I have hated now. Why is God going to reoccupy the land of Israel? Because Israel been abandoned. Those people over there, when we seen Gaza and Israel going at it, those people over there was not the Israelis. You know, when people say pray for Israel, see, Israel being abandoned, Israel being hated because of Esau behavior. See, God's going to occupy Israel, the land. But the Palestinians, which is Arabs' land that God is going to give, that they're going to walk through that Jordan. And they're going to walk beyond the Jordan River. Now, why you think Trump want to make deals over there with Gaza? See, Trump wants to have a mobilization in Gaza, make Gaza a boardwalk city, with later there will be defenses. That's what Trump was going into, to take their nukes and things, to make them a boardwalk city so that they will be defenseless. You see? So I say this, you cannot blame this white man for being what he is. See, the white people was made the people that they are today. And the white man had made us the black man other than ourselves. See, at this present time, see, we are not like we were when we was created. In the beginning. In the beginning, we was created right, and then we was deceived by a deceiver who was made a deceiver by nature. Our black people are rising up. And we're happy to rise to the knowledge of self and others. The rise of the dead will be like the blast of a trumpet pretty soon. The black will become into the knowledge of themselves so fast that will look like the rise of the dead has taken place at once. See, we had applied ourselves. See, but the resurrection means that the black people rise from the dead that we have been dead to. See, we have been bitten by this angry wolf that had taken a bite of us. This is why Jesus says, "My sheep will know me, and I hear their voice." Because I know who my shepherd is. I mean, I know who my sheep is, and my sheep know my voice. You see? And see, when Jesus said, when I strike and the shepherd will be scattered, it's because the people will flee. But when the shepherd overseer returns, everything will be in play. And see, this is why I love to look at my black people now, and all of them have rise from a mental death that we've been into. And see, this is why Jesus says, you know, I have not come for the healthy, but it was the sick that I need to see. And this is why in Revelation chapter 12, verse 4, there was a woman that carrying that newborn, and that newborn was to make his presence felt, to be among God's people today. And that resurrection is teaching that we will rise from a mental death, knowing who we are and understanding who this devil is and naming the beast that he was. And like Joseph, when he was set free from the land of slavery, once you were into captivity. See, Isaiah 43 verse 6 says, I will say to the north, bring that back, bring my son from afar, and my daughter from the end of the earth. America. See, my black people must get out of these white man's name. But my black people must be qualified to enter the real original names of Almighty God, Allah. Now come to the temple of Islam and learn all about yourself. And after learning about yourself, you'll be able to take those who enslave you and warp them around your little fingers. If you not feel them on your little fingers until you see them on your little fingers and snake them off. Allah, God loves you. I love you. So we want to build up this world for ourselves, to live in this world in peace and happiness. The resurrection of our people. See, this is the resurrection of our people. See, the old world, my brothers and sisters, must be removed to make ways for a new world. This old world's going to die out. Y'all so busy worrying about a battery, something that you hear in the background, but not really worrying about what's going on, the condition that our people are in. You see, and see, we facing an angry God that's going to test this world. See, no time's going to pass with God. A day with the Lord is like 1,000 years, and 1,000 years is merry like a day. See, this old world's going to be removed in order for him to bring in a new world. This old world's going to die out. Earthquakes that Jesus prophesied, that's earthquakes you will see that's happening in various places. Excuse me. So you feel the earthquakes shaking under your feet. Now, these earthquakes is on their way here. Y'all ain't seen such time we living in. And people will see such time as they witnessing today. See, this time, children will be gravehead because they ain't seen such time as they gonna witnessing seeing. So there's a universal struggle being raged by the old world against the beginning of a new world. Will the old world opposition prevent the establishment of a new world? According to recorded history, the effort being made by the old world against the beginning of a new world will fail, as did with former opponents of Allah. According to the history of Noah, the people ridiculed the very thoughts of Allah, bringing the flood to drown them. Noah was laughed at and succumbed for preaching such a doctrine. You know, people will laugh at you. People will mock you. People will call you a liar. But see, calling a messenger a liar means calling a lie. God a liar. See, people are going to go about their day. They're going to party. They're going to drink. They're going to do all these things, bro. They're going to have real bad health issues. They ain't going to know nothing about saving themselves and caring about their health issue. So you see, in the days where people consist on partying, drinking, gambling, and all these things they do. And so Noah was laughed at, and even he was succumbed for preaching such a doctrine, according to the Bible and Holy Quran. See, he was called a liar and looked upon as a crazy person. Some of the members of Noah's family joined the mockers and disbelievers of Allah and his messengers, who is Noah. They met the same fate as the others who disbelieved it. See, some of them gonna laugh at you. They're like, what this man's talking about? They're gonna make it seem like you don't know what you're talking about. They're gonna laugh and try to make mock of you. Till all of a sudden, when their life is at span, when they got a short life and they don't know what's happening, then they're gonna be pleading, and it's gonna be too late. Because that narrow gate is gonna get open. God said, which have you done? You have not acknowledged me, I have not knew you. Well, Lord, I've been here, I've been doing this. You have not what you have done for the Lord. You have not acknowledged me. And people gonna plead, but it's gonna be too late. So shall it be with those today who oppose the beginning of a new world of righteous Islam in the time of Abraham and his nephew Lot, before the birth of Ismail and Isaac, Abraham's two sons, the people mockers and haters of truth and righteousness in that part of the world. See, the cities of Sodom and Gomorrah have become victimized to every imaginable evil. They even threaten the life of the preacher, righteous Lot, disregarding the strangers. Angel visiting Lot until it was too late. Now you have righteous Lot. He was a purified man, departed from Abraham. You know, Abraham's nephew Lot had to separate himself and went into the city of Sodom and Gomorrah and saw how defiled it was. See, you can almost be in part of America and that be in a pilgrim house or a prostitute. Some of you may go to Hollywood and see Hollywood the way it is. And so Abraham says, will you destroy the righteous with the wicked? He said, well, go see, can you find 50? You know, Abraham couldn't find 50. And so angels told Abraham, well, go see, you can find 40, find 40. I will not spare the city. Abraham couldn't find 40. He said, well, go see, can you find 30? Then he said, see, can you bring me one outside the Lot and his family? If you can bring me one, I spare the city. See, God delays judgment so that the people that he has judged are not worthy of what they about to get. Do you hear me? See, America is facing a similar judgment as ancient Babylon. So if you like to be caught in her snare, as he set the snare for ancient Babylon. And Jeremiah 50:24. That's why Revelation 18:4 says, "Come out of her, my people." So you can't learn from wicked ways of life. You got to come out of her. The people are so bobbled. We're in a world that is disbobbulating. People needs help. Because we live in a world where it's disbobbulating. So it says, they even threaten the life of the preacher, a righteous Lot, disregarding the strangers. The angel visited Lot until it was too late. So it is with the opponents of the messenger of Allah today in America. The wicked always now the wicked always think that they are mightier than God now. White folks, they always think that they are mighty. See, they put out this croissant. They always think that they are mightier than God. They always think that they can thwart his plan and purpose of Allah to bring about a better world. See, I'm gonna say it like this: these thieves, and see, this got to be, said. These people that you praise are thieves, robbers. Now, they're not going to get a dime from me regarding my child support. Because Uncle Tom and Sam, the governments want to be in your business. They want to make things difficult for you. They do anything to be in your business. See, America, they love meddling in other people's affairs. They can't stay out of other people's business. They thieves and continue to want more. God is going to put them in a place where it's going to be nice and hot. Nice and hot, where the fire don't go out, man. Where the fire don't go out. See, they love, my brothers and sisters, they love to attack the messengers. They always love to attack the messengers, to try to condemn him as a liar. But the Holy Quran repeatedly prophesies calling a messenger a liar means calling a liar a liar. The Holy Quran repeatedly prophesies a miserable, shameful, and disgraceful defeat for the disbelievers and hypocrite in their campaign against the last messengers of Allah. Allah will raise the so-called Negro. So we see in a time of this resurrection of the dead people. See, the messengers, they are never sent. They are always rise in the millets of those whom Allah will warn. So they can't claim that they did not understand the language of the messengers or say that he was a foreigner or a stranger. The messengers is one for them. For nearly 34 years, I have served you just as Allah, a warner of old, served a hard-headed, disbelieving people who were great lovers of the enemies of Allah and the true religion of Islam, which means entire submission to Allah's will. There is mockery and evil plans are made against my life by the wicked, just as it was made against Noah, the prophet. The powerful witch world of Christianity, especially America, is made to seem as movable as the mountains. But it's not impossible to remove mountains. They can be removed by high explosives. So wealth and power can also be reduced to nothing. We are now living in the judgment, a doom of this white man's world. See, preparation has been made to meet every effort by the white man to oppose the beginning and setting up of Allah's new world of righteous Islam. Now everything is fueling up, y'all. Everything is coming to a bursting point. We are in a troubled world. We are in a world that is now erupting. Earthquakes is here. Tsunamis is here. The ground is cracking. The ground is split. And the Bible Revelation said it's going to split into 3 different fragments. God is going to divide the continent up. Can you see? Can you see the buildup now? Can you see the buildup? How long do you think we have? I told y'all. I've been warning y'all. How long do you think we have? This is the buildup we got going. See, no time going past with God. No time. It's you got to get right. It's you got to get right. See, the governments of the USA today watch my followers with an evil eye, seeking to deceive anyone who will enter the fold to help further the cause of truth and upliftments of the mourning heads and the grieving hearts of the American so-called to help make them a nation of righteousness and justice to serve as a star for the nation of their own kind forever. The U.S. government is active in its deceitful work of trying to slow the progress of the resurrection of our people. American whites want us to reject Allah and true religion of Islam and believe in their false religion and false gods when they cannot make manifest to you. They cannot prove to you in this day and time that Christianity is a defense for you as well as for themselves against their doom. America must be taken destroyed, according to the prophet, at the time and end of the wicked world where the lost and found members of the ancient people are found. America hates and mistreats her slave to the extent that it has reached the hearts of Allah and the righteous people of the earth, nation of Islam. We where our black brothers refer to the American so-called nigger as their brothers, while according to the preaching of some of these lost and found members of the nation of the earth, they rather have themselves referred to as their brothers or their enemies. The extent to which the enemy has poisoned the minds and hearts of my people here in America is shameful. They willfully do anything to deceive the so-called and to go into their doom with them. There is no way for the enemy of Allah, his messengers, his people, the darker people of the earth to find strength, power, and wisdom enough to win a war against Allah, as it is written in the Christian Bible and many other places. For the days of the Lord will come as a thief in the night, and you with the heavens shall pass away with a great noise, and the elements shall melt with the fervent heat, and the earth also and the work there are in shall be burned up. The Bible, Peter chapter 3:10. Earth shall not be burned up. It will be here for many thousand years to come. Only that on the earth the devil which has sinned against Allah, his laws will be destroyed. The earth, the sun, the moon, and the stars have never disobeyed Allah since their creation. Adam and Eve, the father and mother of the right race, refused the religion of Islam peace because of the nature which they was made. This making it impossible for the white race to submit to Allah and obey his laws of righteousness. This, the law found members of the nation from the tribe must learn of the right race. There's a race of time to seek mercy and justice from a people who by nature do not have it for each other. They talk and preach the goodness of God and his prophets only to deceive you, who by nature are the God of righteousness, and to fall them away from our God to a false God who does not exist. Our future is at stake. 99% of us, my brothers and sisters, do not know it. With every evil spooner around you seeking an excuse to do their worst to you, make it hard for 99% ignorant to ever know the truth. The great desire is to prevent you from ever accepting the truth. They claim the truth, but they hate real teachings. They seek any kind of charge to place against us to get revenge for our preaching the truth. They trap our telephone and follow us around from place to place and use tape recording machines and the hypocrite stool pigeons amongst us, keep them up to date on what we say and do. They are bold enough to even ask your own relatives to help them to do you evil and due to fear and ignorancy on the parts of my poor people. The enemy hires them to destroy themselves. Truth hurts the guilty, for persecution, murdering the truth, bears help the evildoers. In this late hour of the day, the end of their time. Our problem must be solved, says Allah, the God of righteousness, who is with you and me to raise us up, the poor, lost, and found members of the original owners of the planet Earth. The tribe, a good solution is as follows. Stop opposing the spread of Islam peace amongst us. Let us go back to our God, Allah, our religion of Islam peace. Now, these pastors, these church, they're not going to tell you about this judgment of white America. They're not going to explain it to you. Now, I'm going to tell you like this, man. Y'all seeing the cracks that's happening in Africa, Vegas, and there's another state. The Bible Revelation talks about that the earth is going to split into three parts, which means into three different fragments. Y'all don't understand this buildup, man. Y'all don't understand the whole buildup here. America's time is up. I'm not scared because I know where I'm going. These people are scared. White folks are furious, man. And these bunkers that they've been talking about from years, I've been having people talk about these bunkers that people get in these bunkers. Well, go to Isaiah chapter 2:19. The people flee from the cage and the ground from the fearful presence of the Lord, and the fearful of his majesty when he comes to rise the earth. So stop opposing the spread of Islam peace now. Let us go back to our God Allah and our religion of Islam peace. Since you will not give us the so-called Negro equal justice and do not want social mixing with your free slave because of the degrade and lowering your own status in the eyes of the world, help us to go for ourselves, mirror out in your countries now. See, James 5:6, you have murdered innocent ones who is not opposing you, man. So let's go back to our own country. See, you know why America is in a disagreement with this separation? Because they don't want to give you anything to send you. They want to keep a tab on you, man. They want to keep all tabs. That's why Black American people are targeted, because they want to keep a tab on you. They don't want to let you go so that they can hand you what you need, so that you can start getting yourself together. They don't want to hand you so you can get your 48 acres, your land that now you can help yourself. You can help yourself get employed. You see, they don't want to give us anything, so no one should feel sorry because white America is wicked beyond your and my imagination. No one should feel sorry what's going to happen to this nation. See, for 400 years, we have served you with our labors, sweat, blood, the lash of your whoop, your killing, lynching, and burning of our innocent black flesh without even a hearing and a court of justice, nor even our murders being punished. This is how you know we live in a wicked justice system. This is a wicked, and this is why I don't feel sorry what's going to come. I really don't. I'm praying that it comes. I'm praying that this world ends. I don't care because this world is so wicked, man. It's wicked. It needs to be a test. I'm praying for the Most High. Burn this motherfucker up. America's starting to look like a third world country. Burn it up, man. Burn it up. Burn it up. Let it come. Let's go. Although we are marched before your enemies, and there we pour our life for the freedom of your life's children's and your countries. We turn home to meet an even worse enemy. We are hated, kicked out, in certain places, like an unwanted dog who have caught the game, but was not given a taste of it. Only that which the hunter could not and should not eat himself. The dog being too ignorant to recognize the injustice done to him by his master will jump to his feet again at the call of his master to offer his life for his master life. This we have and are still doing for you. We are not wanted in your better neighborhoods. See, we are not wanted in your better neighborhoods now. Now, Charleston Wright, he was lucky to live in the suburb. He never got to see what poverty was till he visited poverty. Till he got to go visit the project. He had families in the project. He got to see how it was in the projects. So let's go. See, we are not wanted in your better neighborhoods. See, in many places we have to be guarded and protected by your armed force in order to live in a house with one of your kind has sold to us. Yet we are the most peaceful and honest of the population. We are taxed equally and perhaps more than those of our own kind who are the real citizens, owners of this country. America, though our labors and the labors our Father made and built it for you. Think over millions of us working, fighting, dying at your hands, and others for 400 years without a home which we can call our own, not being allowed to worship our God religion, nor have unity among self and our kind, without being charged with the worst crime, and seeking to overthrow the governments by force, though we have no arm to do such, just to have an excuse for you persecuting, seeking to kill the same poor 400-year-old slaves. This is their desire. It's to still kill this poor 400-year-old slave. This is why black people, you ought to be careful what you go out and do. You ought to be careful of going out gang banging, calling the turf that's not your turf. Why you think they put the drugs in the street, these guns in the street? Why you think? See, they're not going to ask you no questions when they come to your house, man, when they come take the streets back. It's you, silly black folks, are killing each other, living through the gun and dying by the gun. It's you. So when Trump deploys National Guards, don't get spooked. Half our people out there is dead. Dead like a doorknob. They dead, folks. But just a half are waking. But the dead are still there. You can't even go to them even if you try. Because they live with violence, they live with this senseless death, man. They promote this kind of stuff, man. That's why our young generation, they don't live so long. That's why you got kids is they're not learning, they're not getting a proper education from school because there's no structure in the home. There's a lot of single moms. There's no good parents teaching their kids. A lot of kids is not going to be able to graduate high school when they reach high school. Kids nowadays, man, nowadays, you hearing kids don't even want to go to school. They don't even get up for it. They don't have no sense of urgency of going to school anymore, man. See, 20 years ago, man, back in 25 years ago, when I was in, when I could think when I was in high school, man, all that homework you had, yeah, you got to go home and do that homework. You got to, if you didn't get your diploma, man, you wasn't gonna get you a job, man. Kids nowadays, see the parent today, they don't really check on their kids. They don't care about if they was to get a progress report. They don't care about all these referrals they getting from these school teachers. And I tell, like I said, I tell my baby mama this, man. I tell her this. I want y'all to listen, man. I tell her this, man. If you don't train your kids, if you don't teach them, they're gonna go out. They're gonna go out to be nothing. Because by you arguing with these school teachers and principals, you got to think, because you're not using your common sense. See, they got degrees to be where they at. That's what you got to understand. See, she don't understand. See, they keeping a paper trail of her son and daughter, because once you get into high school, they got that paper trail. I can guarantee you and bet my dollar how many kids are going to graduate high school. Because you start seeing when it comes to American educational system, the students, they don't even look for an education anymore. That's why you seeing now you seeing the schools is you seeing the school shooting, you seeing teachers are in great danger. Now next is going to be schools and colleges and universities going to be set on fire because the people don't even gonna want this old world guidance. It's a new world that they want. So you see in this madness and this destruction, they are destroying educational system. Like in the story of Samson. Samson did not care whether there be a civilization left behind him or not. You know, he was even. He was willing to get even with the mockers that was mocking him. Yeah, man, we got to be better in raising our children, man. You know what I mean? There's a lot of times I see children just overriding their parents, man, and talking all this to their parents and stuff. Last time I checked it, that man, the parent wasn't the kid, the parent was the parent. Kids got it nowadays. Kids got to be put in their place, man. Now let's go. The deceivers and the deceived. We, the whole nation of the law-found members of the black nation in America, must remember that for the past 400 years, we have been weared by the enemies of our fathers. According to their own history writing, bringing us up from our native lands and people into the Western was not for the purpose of making themselves friendly people to us and our nations, but to deceive us as being that which they was actually worth, not a friend and advisor to us, while at the same time depriving us of truth, justice, and equality, even Now, after 400 years of servitude, slavery, we must remember that the deceiver actually has deceived us. The coming of God and the person of Master Philad Muhammad, whom praise is due forever, is to make manifest this arch deceiver work against us and to requite us from the nature of the arch deceiver, that deceit is part of his very nature. He allowed come to give us the knowledge of the God of evil. We have freedom for the past 6,000 years to deceive not only you and me, but also the entire nations of this earth. This is the greatest starvation that Allah God could bring to you and me, to know the source of our trouble and cause. The power of the manifestator is to remove this cause, which has affected the black nation for 6,000 years. It is worth the heaven earth to us when we agree on that, trying to make them our friends, which by nature they cannot be, even if they wanted to. Only a few have the brief of goodness. By nature, they are not good, but they can practice goodness. Our position makes us the victims of deceits of these great scientific deceivers, the right race. They put us to sleep as babies, and they know the type of noise that awaken a sleeping baby. The noise is that which Allah and the person of Master Philad Muhammad has made. And he Allah has missioned me to continue to make that noise until all our people are fully awakened from the slumber and the arch deceiver of the nations of this earth. Surely now all are really working to keep us blind, deaf, and dumb to the knowledge of the deceiver. But the few who will help us endanger their own life and trying to help us. As you see, the Christian priests in Milwaukee profess to be trying to help those who want to live next door in the house of the children of our father's slave masters is having trouble. Even this easy can be classified as deceitful work against the truth, freedom, justice, and equality for our people. This priest is having trouble amongst our open, victorious haters of you and me, of his kind. This priest wants to help the poor black man here in America, especially in Milwaukee, to accept friendship, to ever be at their mercy, to rule spiritually, economically, and politically. He is not trying to teach this black man that they should not want to sell themselves back to their slave masters for a morsel of pottage. This priest knows by the scriptures in his Bible that the time is right for the total freedom of the 400-year-old slave of this white man to go to his owner. The priest is wise to you that you should have a place to live wherever you want. You will not have dared teach this openly before this day and time, the end of this world. That is also evil and victorious to do us harm. That great gang of white people out in the streets would attack that one poor black man going to the area in his car and would yell, "Get that nigga." It shows coward actions of the white man in America ever since we have been here, going after so-called Negro to do him harm. You always want 100 rights to attack that one Negro. See, this has become a political issue. Every time they going after the black man, every 4 years after presidents, we get a Democrat in, a Republican in. History will repeat itself. This always become a political issue when police brutality on black American people. And they don't pay no attention, like they don't really address the issue. So it don't matter if we cast our votes, and we cast our votes every year. The white man's going to continue to use their power to use it to get an office over his white opponents. And very few favors come in his office to the black folks that have been aiding him and made a way for him to get in office. See, the black man can put a stop to this evil, force we see. But it's not the way of Allah. God, it's not the way of the prediction, as the priest knows. The coming of Allah and search for this black lost member of the nation today is to make himself known so he can conquer our captors by using weapons against which they have no powers. Allah will bring an attack, a divine judgment of the world without the use of contrived weapons. The weapons of war used by God in the past history are destruction of the enemy of God, such as Noah's people, Lot's people, and Moses' people, are example of what he will use today. The weapons are the force of nature against which we have no defense. America is under such divine attack now. We see in storms, as rain, hail, earthquakes. The last is yet to take place. We see a terrific drought is on its way to against America. Books must be fulfilled. The Bible and Holy Quran both refer to all that has said. This is divine judgment to bring victorious America to her knees. See, America hates the people of God, and the Negro do not know that they are really the people of God. This is the great truth that you must come to acknowledge, that you are a member of the family of God and not of the members of the families of the devil. But you follow the devil's country to your own nature. A natural man, black, is of his God himself. And see, we already know, as a Muslim, I already know that there is one God. You can't tell me that Jesus is God. There's only one God. Just like Paul said, there's one Lord. And there's one God, which is the Father, and one Lord, which is Jesus. Jesus did not declare himself to being God. He did not declare himself being great than the Father. Y'all believe what people tell you, and you take scriptures and use it for your own quotation of it. Your pastor will tell you this and tell you that, and you listen to what the pastor tells you. But Jesus couldn't tell it all. Jesus had a few disciples with him, but Jesus told you, and he made it clear, I'm not taking on this credit on myself, but if I glorify myself, my glorify is not credit. But the one who I glorify is the man above who I glorify. He said, I have not come to seek my way, but the one who seeks me. I have not come to change anything. You see, most people is ready to yank your teeth out when you say something about Jesus. We as Muslims, we love Jesus. But Jesus wasn't the final word. Jesus couldn't tell it all. See, if Jesus could tell you the time, the hour, that he can tell you, he can give you a day and time of the hour. He said, no one knows the hour, not even the Son, nor the angels, but only the Father. You are badly mistaken to put Jesus as your God. Because y'all was the people, unless you see signs of wonder, you won't believe. And that's why they said no sign will be given to this wicked generation. See, they came to Moses, asking Moses for a sign. Show us God manifestly. We want to see God come down to manifest himself in human form. Y'all won't believe. Most of you are hater of God. Most of you are slanderers, backbiters, murderers, inventors, unmerciful, unforgiving, unloving. But you want to see God manifest himself. Let's go. We cannot set up a better government for our people by using the corrupt political activities of these people. They are deceivers. All their work was based upon deceiving the nations, not to bring them into a friendly brotherhood and prosperity for the black man. Even today, after 400 years of the so-called freedom, he's still against you going free. This is your trouble today. You are deceived and deceived by the enemy you think is a friend. Take notes of what he's offering. He's offering you only temporary enjoyment and not a permanent enjoyment for your people. We want some earth and not a temporary room in the house of our enemies. Y'all have faith. I'm humble. I'm humble as a lion. He's saying keep your faith to yourself. If you don't want to be on this live, brother, stroll. But it ain't fair for the other, 34 participants. Like, you get always an ignorant person, man. You keep it to yourself. Man, you on my live, bro. Talking nonsense. If you don't like what's said, stroll, go somewhere else. Free yourself, man. Do everybody a favor, you know what I mean? To the 39 people. Free yourself, brother. Go somewhere. Anybody don't like what's said, you can free yourself, man. You don't have to be on this live, man. This live might not be for you. Let's go. Let the political and spiritual leaders unite on such a stand as getting some earth for the people and not getting just a job and a chance to lower around, sleep, and allowing the enemy to protect our responsibility for self. We must bear our own responsibility. See, I don't feel sorry, man, what's finna come on this earth, because they don't want to do a basic principle. America have time. They have all this time to do a basic principle, to give to us, to give us our restitution. Send us on our way. Why you want to hold on to us and make it difficult for us? Now I'm in total disagreement with these people, man. And see, they're only speeding this up, man. They're only speeding this up for you. So when you see things is about to hit the fan, because people already know something big is coming here, something big, because y'all see the buildup, y'all see the setup already. Y'all see the whole setup. We are in a Revelation chapter, y'all, where the earth is split into 3 different fragments, y'all. Serious earthquakes is finna hit, bro. Serious earthquakes is finna hit. I want y'all to hear me. Tsunami is on its way, man. Things is finna happen. You about to see things that you never seen. All they doing is speeding this up. That's all they doing, speeding this. See, Pharaoh, that's how Pharaoh was. That's the game Pharaoh played. They played the same game as Pharaoh. Pharaoh was a hard taskmaster, send you a hard task. People, you get so comfortable living here in America because of the free room and board. You know what I mean? The food that they can give you and nurse you and all. Look, man, all that's up. All that's up. All that free assistance they don't want to give no more. They don't want to hand out because their time is already here. All they doing is speeding up the process. But you get these people be like, oh, I mean, God is a forgiving. He's merciful. No, you took him as a joke. You took him as though he's not taking these things to account, because all this time they've been taking God as a joke, man. Revelation 16:9. Let's go to Revelation 16:9. The people curse God. The people mock God, who have power over these pledges. They curse and mock God. They went against his commandment. They went against his orders. I don't, like I said, I don't feel sorry for these people, man. I really don't. What the Most High came to do, man. They laughed. They thought that God wasn't watching. See, God, the God we serve, he got real physical eyes. He's active today, sharpened than any double-edged sword. He penetrates to the joints and marrows. He judges the thoughts and attitudes of human beings. Now let's go. This is God of justice and truth will force you to do before he will be defeated. His purpose and aim is to unite us to our own. He will fight the deceiver with the force of nature and with his own wisdom, which has no equal, to make you an enemy bow to his will. This is the judgment of the world, especially of the white man in America, who have been here for 400 years, living between the two oceans, the Atlantic and the Pacific, and do as he pleases. The slave is deprived of the freedom to do as he pleases, but to do as the slave master pleases. Our great misunderstanding of self and of others lies the deceits of the deceivers of us. They will never teach you and me to do good for self, only under their own powers and dictatorship. So they're not going to teach you how to be good. They're not going to educate you. They're not going to teach you how to be a good American citizen here. That's why you have to be like, we have to be more on our children's, man, because the way how this is set up, the way that we see in this generation and how things are setting up, children won't probably make it in their high schools. This year, you'll probably see a lot of, I won't be surprised you see a lot of dropouts this year. Because you know why? Children don't have a future. They're making where children don't have a bright future here. You'll be lucky. Watch what I tell you. You'll be lucky to see your child make it all the way to 11th grade before you start seeing a high percentage of dropout students. I guarantee you, if most of these children make it into their 11th grade, man, y'all don't think how difficult things are going to be, man. Hearing children now that they don't want to go to school, hearing it now. Hearing it now that kids don't want to go to school, hearing this stuff now. And many of you guys praise Trump because he's changing the educational systems and he's taking out funds and stuff. Man, this allow your children to have a struggle in high school right around his 11th grade year, if he's make it into his 11th grade year, man. Look, man, I'm hearing children now, man. They and half of these children that's in middle school, man, don't even want to go to school anymore. So we looking at, when it comes to American education, students no longer want this world, guidance, man. It's a new world that they want, man. So you see in this madness, you see this madness. You see in the school shootings that's happening here, and a madness. Teachers are in great dangers now. In the time we live in, you starting to see schools and will be set on fire. College and university, you start seeing the textbooks will be set. All that will be set on. I'm telling you, because it's because the children today, they don't want this education system. They don't want this old world. They don't want this America education. It's a new world that they thrive on. So what we need is to unite. Not the man that marching over the country live near this white man in his home, but demand a separate place for us in this country and help us with the means of civilization as he had to get started in limited time. To get started within the next 20 or 25 years. See, many scientists think that it's too late. Let me tell you why. Many scientists think that it's too late for this demand, because you see the anger of God is against America for evil done. That's why the scientists is saying that it's too late for America to do a marvelous thing, to make America great again. Because now you start seeing a great buildup. I don't want y'all coming later on when things hit the fan, man. Y'all can be funny, y'all can be sarcastic, y'all can do all those things and praise this man, you know what I mean? But the moment people speaking about his health situation, his health issue, the moment that y'all start seeing with your own eyes, when you see, oh America, where shall you flee? And you know what I mean? People have to be on a evacuation, mandatory evacuations and things like that. Don't start crying. Because I'm going to tell you, oh America, where shall you flee? Because you're going to see East Asia ain't going to want to have nothing to do. These fortunate countries going to be standing far and watching America burning with fire. This country is going to burn with fire. Y'all seeing the fire is happening. You only getting a small dose of what's to come, man. You getting a little small dose. You ain't seen nothing yet. You will have to leave the United States of America. That's how bad things are going to get. You see, Pharaoh was a hard taskmaster, man. Pharaoh did not. When did he win there? When he started seeing all these plagues took place. That's when Pharaoh gave up. America, at some point, she's going to give up when she see all these plagues. When she see everything taking place. That's when they're going to fold. They're going to fold under pressure. They're going to fold. Believe me, they're going to fold under pressure. They can't, look, man, they don't have a future. And since they don't have a future, what makes you think you're going to have a future here? Basically, you are sitting in the crossfire in the hands of your enemies who God came to see. There's no question God at the last minute. There's no question him at, hey, we want to take these. No, it's no question God. Because when the Lord comes, he's going to come with thousands and thousands of his holy ones. There's no question, God. He's not going to come bring you some instructions. When he comes, he's going to come four corners of the earth. And he's going to come with all his mighty ones. So the Lord is going to come with thousands and thousands of his holy ones. This is not the time for you to be lollygagging. Now, many scientists think that it's too late for this demand because they anger God against America for evil doing against us. By Allah, God has power over all things, and He does that which He will to do. See, it's up to America. See, it's up to white America. I want y'all to listen, man. It is up to America to do good this day, man. It is up to her to do good this day, man. So y'all need to march over to the Capitol and tell Trump it is up to you to do good this day. To allow God to prolong and put extension of time, man. I'm telling y'all this, man. I'm telling y'all this. Y'all need to have signs out and it says it's up for you to do good this day for God to prolong this time. Let's go. See, it is up to America if she wants to help us. It would be a great good putting us on the way to self by any evil one or nation. The God of justice will grant them a reward for doing such, as no good act goes without its reward. They deceive the so-called nigger under temptation, filth, and they promise that they will be given jobs and new homes next door to them in the same territory, which their very nature is against, and which is without any future. It is temporary enjoyment. We want something permanent. Give us a few of these days to live in to ourselves, which we have well earned with 400 years of free labor. When you see that his life and your life are at stake, to try to accept the present plan filled with deceits to the Negro, both you and he will welcome an opportunity to agree on this kind of program. Unite with me, Black America, for your starvation. Evil spreading far and wide. Never since the time of Adam and Eve had there been such time as we are witnessing today, with the worst yet to come. There is no peace amongst the nations of this earth. Thank you guys for tuning in. I have another live I had to get to shortly. For more updates, please stay subscribed to the live. Thank you guys for tuning in. I'll be back shortly. But till then, peace, shalom. May God be with you.